Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. So I'm probably gonna be busy. Did I give my review already? No, not yet. You wanna hear a review? I could do one if you want. Usually for like games like this, like it's like I'm gushing over it a lot. But yeah, I mean we could do a review. I think this game is it's it's so captivating and it's so engaging on so many different levels. There really isn't like one way to describe how I feel about this game other than like it just it hits everything that should be good about a video game right on the head. You know, the graphics are amazing. They're so like the colors really pop. You know, it's kind of like what you were talking about, Ali, how like it's bright colors over dark, and I love that too. And combined with the retro pixel art, it's just so gorgeous. So like even just looking at the trailer, the Kickstarter trailer, I was in love with this game, and especially the music. It's so good. Like it's able to induce an emotional response in the player. And what this game is trying to convey is a sense of hopelessness and desperation without telling any words at all, without using any words. Everything is visual. It's visually conveyed. Um, and and it's also conveyed using the music. And also the actions of the player himself. You know, in the story, I love how the story isn't intrusive. It doesn't try to shove it in your face. It's there if you want to pay attention to it, and it leaves it open to interpretation, which I love. You know, not everything needs to be explained. You know, you get kind of a sense of what happened. There's a lot of backstory, and there's so much mystery. And if you ever seen that TED Talk with J.J. Abrams, the director of Star Wars and The Force Awakens, he talks about the mystery box, and he talks about how works of fiction are more compelling when there is a sense of mystery and wonder. If if the work just tells you everything, it just, you know, feeds it to you on the silver platter, it's not compelling anymore. You know, that's kind of what ruined Star Wars in a way, because the prequels sort of divulged too much about the lore and what happened. There wasn't as much mystery anymore, and that kind of ruined the mystique of it all. But in games like this, you know, it doesn't explain everything to you, so that leaves you wondering, you know, kind of yearning for more information, but it gives you enough to kind of fill in the gaps, but not enough to eliminate all sense of interpretation and imagination, and I love that. The game was heavily inspired by Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, which was made by Studio Ghibli, and Miyazaki worked on that with the giants. But I'll also add that there seems to be some influence from Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion as well, not only with the giants, but also with the kind of world that they created, and like you see these glimpses of the entire world being destroyed by some great cataclysm. Um, so yeah, like it's just so compelling and interesting. The gameplay is it's so good. Like it it manages to strike the perfect balance between challenge and accessibility. It's not too challenging. It's really challenging though, but like if you die, you're not set back that far, and you want to keep on. You want to keep at it. You want to keep playing it. You're never so discouraged that you put it down and you never want to play it again, and then, you know, you never get back to it. It's never like that. And it also has a little bit of a level progression system, so that incentivizes exploration. So when the guy who made this game, and I apologize for not remembering him, he was heavily inspired by Zelda: A Link to the Past, actually. He wanted to create a non-linear 2D kind of open world. But unlike Zelda, it's never obtuse. There's no puzzle solving per se. It's totally non-linear, so you can do it in any order you want. Um, and I never got stuck, so that I had to check a walkthrough. But it does leave things, kind of hidden enough that you want to explore everything, and you not only find all the things that you need to get, you also are incentivized to keep on exploring because there's so many bonuses to find, and then that can unlock more power-ups and abilities and things like that, which are really rewarding and fun to use. And that all of that just augments the core gameplay, which is just so solid. It's such good hack and slash gameplay. There's lots of hack and slash games out there, but it's actually really tough to make it interesting because you're doing the same thing over and over again. So when a game can actually make that interesting throughout the entire game, it's really, really impressive that they can figure out a way to make something so mundane so interesting and fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, reviews like this, when you just love the game so much, they kind of just turn into like an overview, I guess, or like just kind of like a spotlight reel or whatever. Yeah, the music is incredible. It's so captivating. It's so emotional. It draws you into the universe that they created, and it's moody. There's one track that was in the Kickstarter trailer, that's really what made me fall in love with the game. Unfortunately, it's not in the final release. I never encountered it, but it's not that big of a deal. All the rest of the music's just so good. Yeah, so there really aren't a lot of negative things I can say about it. I mean, I guess you could say it's a little short, but I mean, that's not really that big of a deal. It's a 2D game. Most 2D games really aren't that long anyway. I mean, when you know what you're doing in A Link to the Past or Super Metroid, those aren't really long games either. And since this game isn't obtuse, you're not going to get stuck like you would in those games. So it doesn't artificially inflate the length of the game, so it never overstays its welcome. So that's really great. Really, the only complaint I can make about it is just the glitches. Like, the game will crash sometimes, but like these are things that they can patch later on, so it's not a big deal. I mean, the game came out in 2016, so I don't know if they're gonna release any more patches. I hope so, but if they can fix all those patches, it's basically a perfect game. I love it, and even though it's short, you can still explore more and make the game longer, and you're rewarded for it, because there's more to this game than I've experienced so far, and I beat the game twice now. So yeah, I highly recommend everyone get this game and play it because it's so good. It's out for the Switch. I'm pretty sure it's out for PS4 and PC and everything, so I love it. It's wonderful. It's so good. I hope he makes a sequel or something, whatever. Maybe a new game that's kind of similar. I don't know. I would love to see more of what this guy can do because he's so talented. And that's it. All right. So I guess that's it for tonight. Yeah, we